I'm going to have it. No, you're doing great. Wait. Okay, right there, you're in the light blue shirt. Come here. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke? Go ahead and give Luke the mic. He's going to give the interpretation. All right, just release that over everyone with what she was saying.
What I felt basically just trembling and like a generation that's just going to rise up just to praise the Lord. Right now, I just feel this presence right now, and it's just like almost overpowering.
Yeah.
And basically what I saw was just this generation rising up and just shouting out to God.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I saw.
Awesome, Luke. Thanks. Okay, go ahead and do it. What's your name? True. Awesome. Sweetheart, what's your name?
Kate.
Kate. Awesome. Thank you so much. You can say everything else. What's your name? Okay, just a second. What was funny was he said there's this vibration. How many of you felt the vibration in your spirit, and it was like a tremble in your spirit? Yeah, that really shifted things. It was good job, Kate. Okay, Drew, sing your prophetic word in tongues.
All right.
Samare Shabarodia Eamanarea Shabare Samarabadahia Samare Iamare Shabarobo Sedibedikidia Ola Shabare Madabadidia Masuro O Shabaravahira Bare Shabaryamano Asabari Amare Shamarya Bedidiamane Shamarya Bedidiana Masolo Bedidia Akeria Namare Shamara Masoboria Kininya Namaro Shomora Batabahidia Eloaza Barabidia Namaro Shobore Ekelidia Namaro Shobore Asara Marabadia Namaro Shobore Asana Maro Shobore Bedikidia Name.
Yeah. That's true. Miss, you in the green, kind of sweaterish, long sleeve. Why don't you come up here? What's your name? Say it in my Eileen? Eileen. Awesome. Will you give the interpretation to everyone?
I'm not very sure, but the phrase that I got was learn to rest after a day's work. That's all I got.
Awesome. That's really good. Thanks, God. Okay, so God's releasing you in a couple of things. There's a movement happening, the vibration. But things are breaking free. Things are breaking loose and off that don't belong. But the right things will remain. And those things that can be shaken will be shaken. But the things that cannot be shaken will be unmoved. And that's what God's doing and releasing through your worship and through what you do in this next season. But also, you have to realize that after a day's work, you have to have rest. And if you don't, then it's bad news. And then you have to do it over again. And that's not fun. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Are you still having fun? Yeah. I was just trying to get you engaged in different ways that God speaks, different ways that you can do things and engage people and even engage yourself with Holy Spirit in the way He speaks. Sometimes churches like this church, it's so large that we don't have the ability, in structure-wise, to have people to be able to kind of just stand up and speak out in tongues, and then someone stand up and give the prophetic meaning to that. What we have to realize is in the New Testament church, what it was like was these were home churches. They weren't huge, massive, groups and gatherings of people, and they knew everyone within that church. So when someone stood up, they knew that person. They knew what was going on, and it was all within divine order within that structure of family and that church. So what do you do in a large church setting when it's like this? Those things need to translate in the individual, in the smaller meetings. That needs to translate into your home groups, into your small groups, into your worship times where you're having your worship leaders meeting and you want to get prophetic words for each other and encourage each other. Sometimes you need to prophesy over each other because you've lost the value for each other. And when we prophesy over each other, what we do is, I especially put people that don't like each other together. Why do I do that? Because I want them to learn a value for that person they didn't have just a minute ago. Because now what do? I have to step into heaven's perspective to see that person across from me and then prophesy a word that I don't feel. And the moment I do, then I feel it. And see, I come from Missouri, the show me state. Like, show me and then I'll believe. And the kingdom of heaven is totally opposite. God says, if you believe, I'll show you. Speak it first and then you'll see it. So these exercises are perfect for that kind of environment. It's perfect for learning how to value people. The way I learned prophetic, as a young man, God spoke to me. We didn't have like supernatural school of worship or supernatural school of ministry, and I'm one of the first-year school of ministry pastors here. I wish I had what